Hi guys, on this show we're looking at Feldman, Gertz, Sutherland, Herrmann, Hughes, Wiest, Haim and Patric. Tonight we're looking at 1987's The Lost Boys.
Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of your favourite Film Facts podcast. That's right, it's 100 Things We Learned from Film. I'm one of your hosts. My name's Michael!
And I'm the other guy, and I'm the winged freak who terrorises. Wait, oh no, hang on. wrong film. Almost.
John, how are you?
I'm alright, mate. On the better for seeing you, smiley wee chops.
Yeah.
And Colin Robinson's, obviously.
Colin Robinson in the video. Yeah, hello, Colin Robinson. Not the cat, but the vampire on my t-shirt. You have to go onto our YouTube page to see any of that shit. Although I hope it doesn't do what it did last time we did it. The AI the AI camera thing managed to notice that fucking Doctor Who was behind you, David Tennant's Doctor Who, and give him his own little fucking window of the chat.
Window. Yep,
that.
It zoomed into him. It's so weird.
He's not even talking. Fucking.
I know.
Whoa! AI cameras.
What an actor. He gets a part in everything, doesn't he? Gets a part in everything.
Indeed he does.
Oh mate, too funny.
Of course, we are the podcast tries to learn 100 things from every film that we talk about. This week it's another Patron's choice. We spun the wheel, it landed on somebody's name, we're giving them a go. This week it was the wife. It was my wife, Rachel. She pays her money and has to live with me, which should be enough.
Yeah.
But she got to pick a film. She picked three. I'm glad we tried one other, which I managed 20 minutes of before I nearly ripped my own fucking eyelids off.
Yeah, we may need to still do it, but yeah.
We might have to still do it at some point in the future just to upset me. But we'll throw over to her and she'll tell us what she picked.
Hi 100 Things, Mrs Planty here. I've finally won the wheel and I've chosen one of my all-time favourite films, The Lost Boys. Did you know that Santa Carla was based on and partly filmed at Santa Cruz? Santa Carla's moniker as murder capital of the world was based on reality because Santa Cruz had three separate killers, John Linley Fraser, Herbert Mullin and Edmund Kemper, who murdered 28 people in the span of 30 months from 1970 to 1973.
Magic. Fantastic. Thanks very much. Love of my life. There you go. And she's got us on track with not just one fact, but 4 facts. So, come on, we should piss this, right?
It's a good start.
What year, John?
So, 1987. Good year for film, by the way. So I'm going to start off with a couple of my favourites.
Okay.
So The Gate.
Oh, The Gate. Yeah, Joe Dante. Yeah, I've just done a Joe Dante video on YouTube, actually.
Prince of Darkness.
Do you know what? I've never seen that one. That's one of only 2 John Carpenter films I've never seen. Yeah.
Wow, Jesus. What? Bad Taste.
Oh mate, 1987, really?
Yeah, 1987. Yeah. The Running Man.
Oh, The Running Man. Previous episode and future episode.
Future
it's
episode.
An Edgar Wright film. We are absolutely doing fucking that.
All over that. I've got a wee one called Surf Nazis Must Die.
Surf Nazis Must Die. Yeah, kind of reference here. Yeah.
Critical Condition with Richard Pryor.
I remember the poster of that. Is he a doctor?
Yeah, it's just him standing with the stairs.
Yeah, that's easy for you to say.
Thethope, Overboard.
Goldie Hawn. Yeah.
Everybody's favourite. And then going to land on a high here, it's Slumber Party Massacre 2.
Oh, the Deuce, yeah.
The Deuce, they dropped the Deuce.
Rachel's watched those recently. They're pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. If you want to if you want to stand the chance of getting on the wheel, give us a quid every month, and we will shout you out at the end of every episode. Probably swear at you at some point. I'm going to work really hard on the swearing at you at Christmas, calling you some horrible names, and hopefully that'll get you to give us some more money. That'll be good. And you get to pick an episode, which we're going to do. We've just spun the wheel, by the way, just before we came on, me and John Boy, and it's landed on James Priest of Hallmark of Greatness. Yeah. So that video will be up now on our Patron. So it's proof, basically, that we're not fucking rigging this. So James will be in touch with what he wants us to cover James has been on our Police Academy episode, which we did at the top of the year. Which we did our New Year episode, I think.
Yeah.
So, hopefully we'll get James back on. Jesus. I know he's a busy lad, so if we don't get him back on, we'll just chat shit about him. Behind his back.
Talk about behind his back on the podcast.
Yeah, behind his back in public. on something that he listens to. Yeah, anyway. Right, shall we get on with the film?
Let's do it. Let's do this.
Fantastic. Oh, by the way, if you want to find out all of our socials and things, it's 100thingsrelevantfilm.co.uk and patreon.com/100thingsfilm. Right. Yep. Before we start, I'm just going to say, this isn't my favourite vampire film of the 80s. Favourite vampire film of the 80s is Near Dark, which is
Near Dark, yeah.
The Catherine Bigelow one, with half of the cast of Aliens in it.
Agreed. Yeah.
Yeah. I like that a lot more, because I don't really understand if this is serious or funny. I'm not sure if it knows what it wants to be. Because it is really funny in bits, and then in bits it's like, oh, I'm such a vampire.
I know. At least it's Jenny Shimmer. That's the main thing.
Yeah, just lots of sky. Star. That's it. Star.
That's
sky.
it.
Stars.
Starry sky.
Yeah. Anyway.
Star.
We open up. It is a Richard Donner production, John. Famous, of course, for his kebabs.
Yep. Yes, indeed. Yeah. And that Superman thing.
Oh, yeah. And he's cut his own Donner kebab cut.
His own cut. He's also famous for Ladyhawke, Scrooged, and The Omen.
Oh, previous episode, Scrooge.
Yeah.
The Omen, mate. We should do The Omen.
Jesus.
It's all for you, John boy. It's all for you. It's all for a prosthetic head, John boy.
Too good to me.
Richard Donner wanted to direct the film himself, but he couldn't get it made, so he moved on to Lethal Weapon. Better film, absolutely. And eventually hired Joel Schumacher for this job.
Yeah. Looking at a couple of his things as well. So, Falling Down, which is one of
our... Oh, yeah, previous episode.
We can relate to now.
Mate.
Now, I must stipulate this. The 1990s version of Flatliners.
Oh, yeah. I've seen that new one with...
pointless. Absolutely pointless.
Elliot Page in. Oh, right.
Yeah.
I'll watch everything he's in as well.
St Elmo's Fire.
All right, I know the song. I'm aware of the song.
But what a cast. Really good cast.
Yeah, absolutely is. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Joel Schumacher, to be fair, ruined Batman for me for the next 10 years. But other than that, he's all right. Yeah. Really good to have openly gay directors working in Hollywood.
Few Batman references in this, and sort of suggestions with Rob Lowe poster and all that sort of thing. There's a lot of hearsay about this film.
I think you've spotted stuff I haven't spotted here, mate. This is interesting.
Oh, what?
I'm keen to... inquiring minds need to know.
They do indeed.
Right, okay. So, we start on this theme park pier, which I think was probably Wonder Wharf from Bob's Burgers. I'm certain of that.
Oh, it looked like it. But did you see the roller coaster, the Giant Dipper?
I mean, it's. I've been called worse.
So Giant Dipper is a 70-foot wooden roller coaster in Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk in Santa Cruz. It was opened in 1924 and is considered one of the world's oldest operating wooden roller coasters.
Oh,
there you go.
You wouldn't catch me on it if it's that old.
No,
you absolutely wouldn't. There's such a thing as termites.
It'd be like the roller coaster in Bottom that Richie and
Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk, as you mentioned, John, opened in 1907. It is California's oldest surviving vampire amusement park. The vampire bit isn't necessary. Due to the time of year, its limited rides open right now, but for a limited rides wristband, which sounds really fucking shit, it's £39, $39.95. You can also do a roller coaster photo with Santa, where you and your family are in this roller coaster cart with your hands up, and Santa's in the back, like a real life actor Santa. Yeah.
What a life that guy's got.
$14.99 for one photo, 6x8. It's not very cheap, but it's fun, isn't it? You know, it's better than sitting the kids down on Santa's lap.
I know.
I'd fucking have that. You and the dogs.
I think it'd be safer. I think it'd be safer.
Yeah. I did look at it and I was like, Christ, Santa must get really tired arms, but they do like 2 hours and then an hour break for Santa and then 2 hours. Because obviously Santa just spends all this time like, way!
Hey!
Yeah, so make him go on the roller coaster from Final Destination 3.
Aye, yeah.
Or have his sleigh behind a fucking logging truck or something.
God, the films stick with you, didn't they?
Yeah, indeed they do. There's loads of people enjoying this carousel, but the Lost Boys are here to ruin it. Marco, Paul and David. And I think Ringo was there as well. I'm not sure. They start a fight with this other kid, and Paul Blart, fairground cop, kicks them out.
Yeah, it does, doesn't he?
Yeah. The word carousel, John, comes from the Italian garosel and the Spanish carosella, which both roughly translate to little battle.
Oh.
The modern carousel emerged from early jousting traditions in Europe and the Middle East. Knights would gallop in a circle while tossing balls to one another, an activity that required great skill and horsemanship and sounds dead gay.
It really does, doesn't it? Why did we not see that in bloody... What's that
The Knight's Tale.
Aye.
Well, that one with Sean Connery, First Night. It's your first night. I'm first night.
Ride round the table and hit each other with your balls.
Before the invention of steam and electric engines, carousels were powered by men or donkeys. Or I've met a few men that are donkeys. European carousels typically turn clockwise, while American carousels spin counterclockwise.
Oh, like the toilets.
Yeah, in Australia. It's an emergency! Later that night, when all the lights go out, security guard's heading home to his car when the camera zooms in on him, and from the air we hear this cackling until he's murdered before he makes it to his motor. We never see what he's attacked by.
Yep.
But let's assume, shall we, listeners, that it's the Lost Boys. My bit of advice to those lads is do not drink Peer Cop's blood, because it's bound to be really bad for you.
Oh God, I can't be good there.
Cholesterol, it's what Scottish people eat. Deep
fried cholesterol.
He looks like he has a lot of cotton candy and corn dogs and all that shite that Americans eat. Man.
If he was doing it today, he'd have one of these Segway things and just roll a bit.
In that Paul Blart Mall Cop thing, he was on a Segway, wasn't he?
Aye, just rolling up and down. Oh,
let's never do that. I don't think we ever need to do that, because is there not? I'm sure there's a podcast that watches it every week and then reviews it every week. Like watches it and then does a podcast about it and has done it for years. Wow. Like, so watches it like 52 times a year and does 52 podcasts a year about it. And I assume it's like some descent into madness, this podcast.
It must do.
I couldn't bring myself to listen to it because I think it would put me off podcasting for life. As if most of the shite podcasts
Paul Blart.
Well, yeah, sure. Lucy and her kids, Sam and Michael, are on a road trip. They're moving house with their dog, Nanuk. Nanuk was an Alaskan Malamute.
Yep, seen that.
Yeah.
Flicking through the radio, weren't they? Trying to find some tunes.
Mate, aren't they just? She loves grooving. She's called Lucy, and she loves grooving by the Young Rascals, John, from 1967.
Jesus.
It's certainly charted. 78 in France, 21 in Western Germany, 19 where, John?
The Netherlands.
Hey, Santa enjoyed that. Yeah. It sold 1 million copies in the USA. It's been covered by Booker T and the MGs, War, and, checks notes, Pato Banton.
What?
Baby come back indeed. Anyway.
Bye.
Christ. With my colour TV. I think I've just been cancelled. So they arrive at Santa Carla, and the billboard calls it the murder capital of the world, John.
Yep.
The actual murder capital of the world, any guesses?
Glasgow?
I mean, the stabbing capital of the world, quite possibly.
Shit.
Yeah.
Shit, was at one point, no.
Tijuana, Mexico. With 138 homicides per 100,000 people. Which I'm going to assume it's all those Dusk Till Dawn vampires.
Must be. Oh, for the titty twister. Everyone in it. Did you hear the sound with the song they chose?
What song they chose in the end?
Aye,
Go
in
for
the
it.
end. Aye. Oh, this is your thing. I was going to write it down, but you know.
Is it People Are Strange by The Doors?
Aye, but this is the Echo and the Bunnymen version.
It certainly is, yeah. The Doors version, John, 1967. Number 12 in the USA. Number 9, New Zealand Present. And number 1 in Canada, eh? But get this, Echo and the Bunnymen was 29 in the UK and 13 in Ireland. So it was.
Oh, good.
The Doors, by the way, shit. I don't care who knows it. It just doesn't out for me.
Yeah. People are strange.
Well, my music choice has changed. The only bit of The Doors I like is Wayne's World 2.
Oh, really?
Where Jim Morrison and his Native American guide.
Oh, that's right. Got to throw about that.
If you stage it, they will come. Fuck's sake. It's good.
Jesus.
It's good. There's a montage of all these odd-looking people, as you say, people are strange, including this woman kissing a rat and loads of missing teenager posters.
Yep.
Basically, listeners, do not kiss rats. It's a fucking terrible idea. You will get RBF, which I think is Real Big Fish, the ska band. No, Rat Bite Fever, which is actually a Bee Gees record from the 70s.
That does sound like a record, doesn't it? Rat Bite
You can tell by the
Fever.
way I kiss my rat. I've got RBF. And now I've shat or something. There
you go.
This thing writes itself. Fuck's sake. The early symptoms of RBF can be like the flu. Symptoms usually include fever, vomiting, headache, and muscle pain. About half of the people will also have joint pain or swelling, and 3 in 4 will develop a rash. I like those odds.
Jesus. Oh, that for kissing a rat?
I know, yeah. So don't is the answer.
I won't. Yeah. No more.
As they're kind of looking out at all the people, Sam, the younger brother, in the back says something. He says something along the lines of, "They're all illegal jobs," doesn't he?
Aye.
I can't remember exactly what he says.
Mm-hmm.
But he says, "Oh yeah, I can imagine everything's in." She's talking about getting a job, and he says, "Yeah, they're all illegal jobs." It's quiz time, John. It's been months since we've done a quiz. So here I am looking to find out what Google claims are the top 5 illegal occupations when you search top 5 illegal jobs. Don't do it, John, because it'll ruin the quiz. 5 guesses to try and get all 5. You'll get a fact per one, right? For in a quiz that I'm calling On the Job or On the Rob. All right?
Right, okay.
Okay, so... John, give me an illegal job. Give me an illegal activity that you can make money from.
Bank robbing.
Unfortunately not. Not according to Google. It's not the top 5.
What? Blackmail?
Ooh, that's also a good shout, by the way, but no, it's not there.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Drug dealing?
Not mentioned in the top 5.
You're going to be fucking
all jobs that you've done, of course, these.
Jesus. Working global video? No, I'm good. No. Professional kidnapper?
Oh, well, there's professional and there's not professional. No, unfortunately not.
You've
got one more guess.
A hitman?
Oh, a hitman? No, John, no. So
right,
you got none out of 5.
This is rigged. This is rigged.
Well, you would think it's rigged, but I could not make these up if I tried. Number 1, illegal construction.
Oh, fuck off.
Number 2, illegal mining. How you do that, I have no idea. Number 3, illegal logging.
Right, so it's just every profession just illegal in front of you.
It sounds like it, doesn't it?
Illegal bus driving. Illegal bus driver.
You are so close. Next one is illegal taxi operation.
Oh, for fuck's sake. This is terrible.
And finally, the ivory trade.
Oh, fuck. That one. I get that point to that one. Fucking
so
hell,
you're all right with the rest of them. You're all right with making skyscrapers out of papier-mâché.
Fat Tony done illegal construction. I'm happy with that. It's good enough for him. It's good enough for me.
Sir, someone stole 6 cinder blocks. Then I'll tell the children there'll be no hospital. I'll tell the Lost Boys there'll be no fucking strange underground lair. I don't know what's going on there.
Back to the show.
Indeed, back to the show. The car arrives at its destination. It's Grandpa's place. Grandpa, for some reason, is playing dead on the porch. He's a game old bird, isn't he?
Oh, he's
I quite like him. He's good fun.
piss and vinegar, isn't he? Full of piss and vinegar.
Certainly is. Sam says the place looks like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. He's like, it looks like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I was like, I wish we were watching the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Kind of does, though, doesn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely it does. There's no TV, and that means no MTV.
Yeah.
I'd argue he wants his MTV.
What? He does want his MTV.
Today, MTV, John, is available in approximately 67 million pay television households around the world, down from its 2011 peak of 99 million households around the world.
Fucking hell.
The first MTV Video Music Awards in 1984, because I'm sure we've done some MTV facts, so I want to do something different.
Yeah.
Hosted by Dan Aykroyd and Bette Midler.
Nothing says fun music like they do.
Video of the year, John, The Cars, You Might Think. Not a The Cars song I've heard of.
Seriously? Jesus.
Yeah. Best concept video, most experimental, best editing, best art direction, and best special effects, all won by Death Wish composer Herbie Hancock.
Fucking hell.
For Rocket.
Didn't he do well?
The one with all the robots.
That's the one.
Imagine being Michael Jackson releasing Thriller that year.
And then beat
best
by...
special effects and direction go to some fucking puppets.
It's crazy, isn't it? It's
bad
crazy.
crack, isn't it? Yeah. So anyway, there you go. Man, Death Wish composer Herbie Hancock.
Yeah, no. Who knew? We knew.
We did. We did know.
Gone too soon.
Still alive. I think he's still alive. Yeah, I mean, he might have a death wish. I wish I was dead.
Hey. Kill me.
Very good. Marry me, then bury me. We learned Lucy's divorced from the boy's father and that we should care, apparently, about the sucking
no
film.
explanation, no nothing.
No, absolutely. He is not a character in this film. Sir, not featured in this movie. Grandpa has a lab of taxidermy. Which is not... It is this such a stupid thing in the film until it's the most important thing in the film.
Yeah.
He also has a shelf in the fridge for root beer and double thick Oreo cookies in the fridge.
Old farts fridge gap in it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jesus.
Grandpa tells them if all the corpses buried in town stood up, there would be a terrible population issue. He doesn't have a TV. He likes to read the TV guide, though. Read the TV guide. You don't need a TV.
You don't need a TV. It's sound logic, though, isn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've got to agree with you. I listen to 100 Things We Learned from Film. Don't need to watch any films.
Yeah.
There you go. Put that on the fucking poster. TV Guide, John. His first issue was on April the 3rd, 1953, featuring Desi Arnaz Jr. I love Lucy's little boy. I thought we might have at some point done TV Guide, though, so I tried to mix it up. Here's some facts about British magazine, The TV Times.
Oh.
Because we're never going to do the TV Times, are we? Let's be honest.
Nah.
Launched on the 22nd of September 1955 with the start of transmission of the first ITV station, which was called Associated Rediffusion.
Bloody hell. I just made that up.
I mean, it doesn't quite have the ring of Channel 5, does it? Or Dave.
I know, but it just sounds like something they'd make up in like a shampoo. I mean, like one of the...
Yeah. On the 1st of March 1991, the TV Times published BBC One and BBC Two programme listings for the very first time. If you remember before that, at Christmas you had to buy both the TV Times and the Radio Times.
I remember,
like you were fucking made of money. Yeah,
I know.
I drew the line at Facts About Looking magazine, John, but I'll keep those for another old person film. Remember Looking magazine?
Yeah, I remember Looking. Yeah,
Junior TV Times.
Jesus.
Next scene is this beach party with the sexy greased up sax bloke everyone bangs on about.
Timmy Capello.
Yeah, you make him sound Scottish when you call him Timmy Capello.
Timmy Capello.
All right, girls, it's me, Timmy Capello, playing upstairs.
See me at Greg's. I'll be oiled up. We want that batter.
Playing the new seating area in the Blue Lagoon outside the station.
That's it. Be there or be a square sausage.
Very good. Very good. What story he's got, by the way, John, this guy.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Timmy
Yeah, I
Capello,
looked him up.
after struggling with heroin addiction, he quit the drug cold turkey in 1979 and began bodybuilding.
Fucking hell, why not? Why not?
Played on albums and toured with Peter Gabriel, Carly Simon and Ringo Starr. Peace and love.
Yeah.
Peace and love.
Peace and love.
And he played on Tina Turner's "We Don't Need Another Hero" from Mad Max.
in mid-80s.
It's fucking great
some guy,
song.
isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, aye. Jesus.
And you can always go and see him at the horror conventions. He's always there playing his sax, and you get a photo.
Angry sax.
He still looks quite good.
Yeah. That's what I think is sex.
Being chased around by a pervy old milkman. Michael spots Star and he follows her.
Of course he does.
Outside of a video shop, a small child has lost his mum. Lucy talks to the manager to see if they can find her. Mum arrives and the manager's impressed. He clocks the Lost Boys. I told you not to come in here anymore. She says, oh, they're just kids. You know, they're just doing kid things. She's kind. And he says, you've got a kind heart. We meet Max and his dog Thorn. He's called Max. The dog's called Thorn. And
White Shepherd, by the way.
Oh, right, okay.
Just wanted to know the breed.
Mate, always, yeah. He says it's the best selection of tapes, not at Azad Video Glasgow.
Oh,
His
see?
words. Yeah. So she asks him for a job. Jim Carrey, John, was considered for the role of David in this particular film.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, and I mention that right now because he starred in a film called Once Bitten from the 80s, which is a vampire film, and the poster is in the fucking video shop.
Yeah, and so
how is that for a fucking doubler?
Aye, there's a copy of the Goonies in there somewhere as well.
Oh, is there? Oh, good spot. All I saw was Once Upon a Time in America. And I was like, ooh, we should do Once Upon a Time in America. And then I remembered it's like 4 hours long. Really boring.
Long, man.
Really dull.
I had to watch it in about 3 clumps and then I forgot all about it.
How many children are lost every year in the USA, John? Over 800,000 children reported missing each year, and an additional 500,000 go missing without being reported, which is fucking grim.
That's really weird, isn't it?
Meaning that a child goes missing in the USA every 40 seconds.
That's scary.
That is absolutely horrifyingly scary.
That's scary.
Back at the Carnival, the boys are following Star. Sam, he isn't into it and ducks into a comic shop. The owners, the Frog Brothers, introduce themselves, scoping your civilian wardrobe. Sam tells him...
It looked good though.
Yeah, absolutely. Sam tells him he's looking for Batman 14, a very rare book. It was published in 1942. Record sale price for this issue was $15,756.
That's exactly when I've got, big man.
Oh, there you go. You went on the same comic collecting website as me.
Word on the street, I got...
Word on the street.
go collect
the current street value of this particular comic.
I was going to say, word on the street is there is more than 4 copies.
Oh, right. Oh, I didn't have that.
He says that there's only 4, but apparently word on the street is there's more than 4 copies, but... Who knows?
Lying smug prick. He also mentions red kryptonite. He's showing off. Red kryptonite was once green kryptonite that passed through a mysterious red cloud. En route to Earth, red kryptonite inflicts random effects on Kryptonians. No 2 chunks of red kryptonite have the same effect. There you go. So it's like a fucking power up, isn't it?
Yeah.
He knows his stuff about comics. We learned that the kids left Phoenix against their wishes. The brothers give him a copy of Vampires Everywhere and tell him to read it.
Yeah, I thought it was real. At first I thought it was real, but I looked up. Turns out it was made for this film.
Oh.
Only 1 copy, and it's been signed by all the cast members. It's still in the possession of Joe Farah II, who owned the Atlantis Fantasy World comic bookstore. The original one is moved now. I don't know where it is, but he still works there.
All right. Oh, wow. Wow.
I thought you'd had all this.
I haven't got those. Yeah, no, mate. You
love
I was gonna
vampires?
say, I'll leave the nerd stuff to you. No, I've just got loads of stuff about sparkly vampires.
Right.
Star meets the Lost Boys and gets on David's bike, along with this creepy little child vampire too, Laddie, who looks like he's dressed ready to go on the fucking Black Parade, doesn't he?
It's a mini Marillion, isn't it?
Oh, mate. Lavender's blue, dilly dilly.
It's like little tiny mini.
What a creepy little bastard he is.
Oh, he is, isn't he? Fucking,
There's a couple kissing in a car, and the roof gets ripped off, and they're grabbed out of the rest of the car. The one thing is, and you see this throughout, you never see vampires flying except for the bit at the end that looks like shit. The only bit that really looks bad.
That's probably why they've done it.
They've done it on a budget, and they've just done, here's a camera, let's have it up on a big arm, or let's have it on a helicopter. And you're like, this looks good. It looks good, you believe it's the vampires.
Yeah, totally.
Grandpa starts the car, warms it up and gets out. I thought we were going to town. This is as close to town as I like to get.
Did you see that? Did you see that car?
I saw it. I don't know what it is.
I'll tell you what it is. It's a 1957 Ford Fairlane 500 Skyliner with a retractable hard top, which is weird because every time I think 1957, should that be there at that
should
time?
It have a hard top roof at that point? Yeah,
especially retractable.
I guess you have to physically do it yourself, do you? It's the difference between.
Well, I don't know about that because at one point when they're driving, you can actually see them putting the roof up.
Oh
they're driving.
Yeah, they are.
See?
Oh. Not like the one at the end of Nightmare on Elm Street where it just shuts on.
No, it just shuts.
Freddy car.
That's a beautiful car though. I love that car.
Sam is back in the comic store, and the Frog Brothers ask if he notices anything about Santa Clara. Vampires. The shop is their cover. We're fighters for truth, justice, and the American way. They give him a copy of Destroy All Vampires. We'll assume that's not real as well. Consider it a survival manual, they say. That night at the fair, they really are getting a lot out of the fair location filming, because it's like they must have just gone 5 nights, let's do the fair. Yeah. It's soundtracked by In Excess and Jimmy Barnes. Good times, John.
Yeah.
Originally released by the Easy Beats in Australia, where it got to number 22 in the Flyman Galah chart. This version with In Excess got to number 1 in New Zealand present. I'd never heard of Jimmy Barnes, but get this, you'll love this. No. He's for Cowcaddens in Glasgow.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The only subway that nobody ever gets after.
I have never seen anyone get on and off at Cowcaddens.
It's the one that nobody gets after.
I assume it's got a really good bus service to it.
It must do. I know it's got a court up there. Jesus. But In Excess was the only reason Kiefer Sutherland chose to do the film.
Oh, right. Okay.
He stayed in Australia for a year. And I don't know if he was on holiday or stayed there, but he was there for a while and he really loved In Excess. So when he heard they're doing the soundtrack, he jumped on it.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, his other band were called Jimmy Barnes. His other band are called Cold Chisel, who I've absolutely never heard of, and I spent a bit of time in Australia, and I like my Aussie rock. Michael buys himself a leather jacket, which makes him quote unquote marginally more cool. It makes him look like the fucking Fonz.
It really does, doesn't it?
Sit on my coffin. He then looks to get his ear pierced, but Star says it's a rip-off. She'll do it for free. You know she's got a fucking thumbtack, and she drawing.
She's got a potato, an ice cube, and a thumbtack in the back of the car, isn't she? Ready to go? I'm ready to go. Let's just numb it up. God.
He and Star are about to head on his bike when the Lost Boys show up. David tells her no, and she goes with him. He tells him to go to Hudson's Bluff. He doesn't need to beat them, just keep up, and they race down the beach. This bit, by the way, where they race to the beach, looks like they're in the fucking Phantom Zone out of spotting there, doesn't it? It's like, what is this filmed in?
Yeah, I know, it's a bit weird, isn't it?
Rubbish.
It's a bit weird. Well, this film to me was like Karate Kid, it was like one of the ones when you watched it when you're younger. Karate Kid wanted you to take up karate, obviously. But this film
This
just
made
wanted
you want
me
to
get a dirt
drink
bike.
blood?
Just a dirt bike. I
Oh,
just
right,
wanted to do
okay.
that and just go about the beach like a prick.
In spite of the fact the beach was miles away from your house.
Erskine Beach.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, absolutely. Michael falls off his bike, and just as they arrive at this underground lair, and David says it was a hot resort 100 years ago, but they built it on a fault line, and the big one of 1906 sunk it, so now it's ours.
Aye. Yeah.
April 16th, 1906, the coast of Northern California was struck by a major earthquake with an estimated moment magnitude of 7.9. More than 3,000 people died and over 80% of the city was destroyed. The event is remembered as the deadliest earthquake in the history of the United States. The death toll remains the greatest loss of life from a natural disaster in California's history and high on the list of American disasters. Correction. High on the list of American disasters until now. There's bound to be something else coming
yes.
soon. Something big
And the
and
irony
orange.
is, a few of the sets on this, about 2 years after, were pretty much obliterated due to an earthquake.
Oh, right.
So things like Max's house, the one
Yeah.
in the original that, they were destroyed.
Oh, bloody hell.
See, I know. Who
I hope
knew?
his
Who
hellhound
knew?
got out all right.
I know half. Thorn!
When they arrive, so they arrive in this place, right? And it's just this old fucking
Yeah.
awful thing, isn't it? It's got like a burning, the usual. It's got like a burning oil drum in it.
Yep, a chandelier, a picture of thing with the doors.
Yeah.
Jim
Jim Morrison.
It's just
I very nearly said Morrissey.
totally different.
Yeah. There's some strange people if you'd like to go. Yeah. So we go back and Lucy's tucking Sam in, remembers he needs the closets shut at bedtime. Grandpa comes in, he has a gift for him, this stuffed rodent, which he puts on the thing.
And then later on he sticks it in his cupboard.
Yeah, he puts it in the cupboard. Nice beaver. Thanks, I just had it stuffed.
Nice.
Sam's reading the vampire comic that the frogs gave
Frog
him.
Brothers.
But he stops long enough to put the squirrel in the closet. Back at Never Never Land, or wherever they fucking live, these lost boys, it's Chinese food. Michael has rice. And he says, "You don't like rice? How can a billion Chinese people be wrong?" I'm like, I don't know, fucking Timu. But when he looks at it, it's maggots. Yuck. He drops it, and he's like, "It's just rice, Michael." And I was like, "It literally is just dry white rice." Like, it's almost like these lads haven't eaten for a very... I mean, they're vampires, so of course they haven't.
Yeah.
But, like, they don't know what, hello, flavour.
I know. It's just like somebody's just boiled up some Uncle Ben's and poured it in.
That's exactly what they've done, yeah. David gives him noodles. Again, the shittest looking noodles. And instead it looks like worms. And I've put, how can 50 million Koreans be wrong? ? I don't know. David drinks from this bottle of wine out of Skyrim, doesn't it?
Yeah, aye.
Don't drink it. Don't drink it, Michael. It's blood. And he's like, yeah, it's just fucking Vimto. And he knocks it back. They all shout Michael's name, which is all anybody in this fucking film does.
I think it said like over 100 times in the film.
118 times.
Fucking hell.
And it's just, Michael. Like, fuck off.
I know.
Jason Patric, though,
Michael.
2 first names. What prick.
Aye. He was meant for bigger and better things, wasn't he?
Indeed, yeah.
Speed 2.
Oh, Jesus. Still never seen it, by the way. Still never seen it. Don't think I'll ever watch it. If he doesn't go, there were cans at any point. There were icebergs. The boys and Michael drive to the bridge from Stand By Me.
Yep. It was
looks
as well,
like
wasn't
it anyway.
It looked like it. Aye.
They all hang from the bottom of it as the train passes overhead. I tell you who'd be good at this. Vasquez out of Aliens. She's always doing the pull-ups. They said alien, and she thought they said illegal alien.
Illegal aliens. Oh, Jesus. It still blows my mind. That's the mum. The mum in Terminator 2.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Honestly, just
Wolfie's
doesn't
fine,
look like
honey. Your foster parents are dead. Also, not Mexican, a Jewish New York woman, which is like Hollywood has done that for far too long. Like Eli Wallach, again, New York Jew, not a fucking Mexican actor. He said he'd never even seen a horse until he was in those films.
Jesus Christ.
Which I've read his book. It's great. It's a really, really good autobiography. R.I.P. that guy.
That bridge where the hangout is in Santa Carlita. It's 5 hours away from Santa Cruz. So I had to go 5 hours to get to it.
Fantastic.
Just so you know.
And now there's a walkway on it. I also saw that. There's a walkway on it now, so you don't have to hang from it anymore.
Don't need hang tough. I thought the interior of the cave was somewhere, but it's actually just this soundstage.
It's just a set.
Okay.
How disappointing. The Iron Horse Trailhead Trestle Bridge is what it's called, John. There you go. I knew I'd got something on it somewhere. They all eventually drop off into the fog below. You're one of us, Michael. One of us. One of us. He hears them screaming below him, and eventually he slips. And this footage of him falling is just him stood, the actor standing, going, "Whoa!
Aye.
Whoa!"
and then stops for a minute.
You know, like when they talk about when you're falling so far, eventually you're just going to go,
I know, it's like, I need to catch my breath.
Yeah. Good smoke machine work, though. He wakes up on his bed the next day. Mom calls and asks Michael to babysit. Her boss wants to take her to dinner because it's not fucking weird at all. That night at the house, Grandpa's getting ready for a date with the widow Johnson. What are you stuffing for her, Mr. Johnson? This is quite a good line.
Very bad, isn't it? Aye. Before that, he does the freebasing line, didn't he? So he says,
he said, because he's not well. You can tell he's a vampire in the day.
And he asked him his freebasing, right? So when I watched this originally, I thought freebasing was masturbating, right?
Oh right, okay.
Turns out it's no.
No, it's bubble bass.
So freebasing is breaking down a drug to its purest form, increasing its potency. So I'm like, what?
Oh, nice.
Freebasing, big
it's
man.
It's like, is it like when you suck the chocolate off of a peanut M&M, the shell, and then the chocolate, and then the peanut? Man, I could freebase a whole fucking bag of peanut M&Ms right now.
Or you suck all the chocolate off a penguin and find out it's just a bourbon cream that's underneath.
Oh, mate, how disappointing. Sam, by the way, John, played by Corey Haim.
Yeah.
My question for you is, whatever happened to Corey Haim?
Died a drug overdose?
We did, he did. But in 2004, when he was still alive, the Thrills sang a song about him called Whatever Happened to Corey Haim.
Oh, man.
It was 22 in the UK and 17 in Ireland, so it was.
He was meant for big things, wasn't he? I mean, because this was the first film that him and Corey had been in.
Rory, Story, Montessori. Yeah, that's right. He dated Posh Spice, John, before David Beckham.
What?
There you go. From her autobiography, Learning to Fly. I guess, of course, she was hanging off of one of those fucking bridges. All right, drugs, got you. Freebasing. She was freebasing diamonds or something. She claims she split up with Corey after he became jealous of her adoration for the British boy band Take That.
No way. Really?
She wrote that she tossed him out at his hotel and scattered his clothes in front of the establishment. I mean, I'm tempted not to believe any of that at all. That is astonishing, if true, which means it's not fucking true.
Nah, that's can't be.
It's fucking stupid, yeah.
That's meant to probably go spice up your life, though, with him and your spice. Oh, shit, that wasn't a thing at the time, was it?
Sam says Michael has a bad attitude. Too much dynasty, bud. Too much dynasty. Mm-hmm. Dynasty, John, did you ever watch it, the TV show?
Yep.
Yeah.
Dynasty,
222 episodes across 9 series from 1981 to 1989. Mm-hmm. Crystal versus Alexis, of course. It's really dry working through the history of Dynasty. But creations of series costume designer Nolan Miller, 2 surnames, became so popular that Dynasty spawned its own line of women's apparel called the Dynasty Collection. A series of haute couture, whatever that means, designs based on costumes worn by Joan Collins and Linda Evans.
Bloody hell, man. Where's the Dallas line? That's what I want to know. Where's the Dallas?
the big JR hat.
Aye. Or whatever Bobby Ewan was wearing when he got shot.
The Bobby Ewan shower collection.
That's it. Oh, God, we're too old.
Mate. Yeah. Michael tells... so the Lost Boys arrive on their bike headlights, or at least we think they do, through the windows. He opens the windows, Michael opens the windows, and there's nothing there.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Michael heads to get some carnation milk.
Do you see that? I saw that as well.
Painful pang. I didn't look it up because I was like, I just ran out of time.
No, I've got one thing.
Go on.
So Nestle acquired carnation milk back in 1985.
Oh, right, okay. Fantastic.
So
I was just going to get stuck into condensed milk. I knew I was. That's all I know carnation for is condensed milk.
Because as soon as I saw it, I thought, that's condensed milk. But then we looked up, it was its own dairy, and then sold.
You would absolutely get painful pangs if you were just drinking like a litre of carnation condensed milk.
Even the thought of it was making me feel fat. Just on that condensed milk. Or dry it and put it on a lollipop stick.
Oh no. In the bath, Sam is singing Ain't Got No Home by Clarence Frogman Henry.
Hey!
December 15th, 1956, John. Number 3 in the USA. Another film that it's in is Casino.
Really?
And the only other thing I know it from is those hedgehog crossing the road adverts.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
That's the one. That's the fucking one.
They kick their wee legs at, didn't they?
Hedgehogs can't do that. Hedgehogs can't do
I know.
That.
Fact. Get it marked down. I never seen you mark it down.
Get it marked down. And also, Clarence Henry, John, never did any scuba diving. Why, John? Why must frogmen lie to us?
Liar. Don't tell me Scuba Steve's a lie as well. Scuba Steve!
Well, he's actually wearing scuba gear, isn't he?
Aye.
Michael's heading up the stairs, heavy breathing. As he enters the bathroom, Nanuk snarls and attacks him. Sam dries himself off and finds Michael with a bite on his hand. We see Michael's reflection in the mirror is vanishing. Sam says, you're a creature of the night. Creature of the night. Sam locks himself in his bedroom with the dog and grabs the phone. Michael hides on his bed for some reason, just goes to bed.
Yeah, why not?
John, how do mirrors work? I've tried to simplify this as best I can. Light itself is invisible until it bounces off something and hits our eyes. When photons, or rays of light, coming from an object, such as your face, for example, strike the smooth surface of a mirror, they bounce back at the same angle. There you go.
There you go.
That's as easy as I can make that, listeners, because I am a really, really simple man. I am really simple man who can Google stuff.
While Sam was in his room, I was looking at his posters. So there's a few things I've seen in there.
Okay.
One, he's got a big main poster of a girl, right? In my head, I'm thinking that's a young Sean Young, right?
Yeah.
Turns out, wasn't it? It was Molly Ringwald.
Oh right. Oh wow.
Yeah, young Molly Ringwald. When he opens up his cupboard to put in the animals, there's a picture of Rob Lowe.
Yeah, so Rachel spotted that.
Yeah, so that's where they think that's a reference that try to put in for his sort of sexuality. But I'm thinking it's just a fucking poster of Rob Lowe. Nobody thought of that because St Elmo's Fire was out around about that time, so we gave a fuck.
So are they suggesting that the young lad's gay? Is that the thing?
Or I don't know.
Yeah, it's another one of these things. You know that film where they did The Shining, and all these fucking so-called experts looked at it and went, "Oh, that's an analogy for that, and that's an analogy for that," and you can't prove it because the director's been dead for fucking 20 years.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so I didn't care. So the only reason I know that is because I googled the person in the past because I thought it was Sean Young, He came up with that, but also come up with wrong blow, and then I'm reading about the whole Rob Lowe thing because he's gay. It's like, what? The director's gay. Like, I don't
It's just
really
a fucking
care.
poster of a guy.
Exactly. It's exactly.
Nanuk, John. You know where that name comes from?
Native Americans.
Nanuk of the North, John. The name of a 1922 silent film by Robert J. Flaherty, based on the story of Nanuk, an Inuit and his family living in northern Quebec. Includes a scene where he fucking hunts a walrus.
What?
There you go. Nanuk's real name was Ala Kagi Alak. Shuktiye or something. I don't know.
Dalima.
But the director chose Nanuk, which is Inuit for polar bear.
Meow.
There you go.
That was a smart looking dog though.
That Eskimo's dead.
My, no laugh.
Yeah, it's one of those references that like old people will, you know, when it's cold outside and you're in loads of clothes, they'll go, "Oh, you look like Nanuk of the North." Well, my grandma always used to, and I never knew what it was until I was at college and I watched Nanuk of the North. And it's famously one of these films that it's like the first big documentary film that was actually fake because he uses he uses a bow and arrow to kill this walrus, but actually at that point he owned a gun.
Right.
And they made him do it with a bow and arrow on a sick walrus.
Familiar about that.
Yeah. There's loads about it. We watched it at college. It's pretty interesting though. If you suspend all belief, it's a really interesting look at a man that's been dead for fucking 100 years. You know, everybody in it has been dead for like 70 years minimum. Right. The Frog Brothers ask Sam a number of questions and tell him to get a stake to drive through his heart. He says he's not going to. Well, then get yourself a garlic t-shirt, buddy. Michael wakes up levitating above his bed. He hits the ceiling and he can't seem to control himself.
Yeah.
It's like helium filled, isn't he? You know, like in that bit in...
Then he gets sucked to the windy. What?
Yeah, but only manages to hold on with the phone cord, which we've all broken a phone.
Oh, God, aye.
You know that doesn't work.
That thing couldn't hold a conversation. Now made the hold a
Meanwhile, Lucy calls to speak to Sam as Michael starts to float out the window, with only the upstairs phone as the anchor. "Mommy's going to kill me. Don't listen to Sam, Mom." Which is quite good. She slams down the phone and runs for the car. Max watches on from the restaurant. Lucy gets home, and by this point, the boys are fine. Sam says, "I got carried away by my comic." He says, "You got carried away by a comic book?" It was a scary comic. Lucy picks up the milk carton off the floor, and the creepy child vampire Laddie is the missing child on the back of it.
Yeah.
But he's not wearing a Civil War costume.
I know, it's a bit weird, isn't it?
It's weird. Yeah, it's so weird, especially because he's only just gone missing in the 80s. He's gone missing in 87. Why is he dressed like he went missing in fucking 1887?
Exactly. Aye. No, true.
Sam asks to sleep with Mom because he's scared. She says, "Have you been eating pizza?" He says, "No, why? You smell like garlic." And he's got this string around his neck like he's off on holiday, on a biking holiday to France, isn't he?
Aye, that was quite good. That was quite funny.
Oh, Renee. Back in his home, Max and Thorne are disturbed by the vampires on the bikes, and Michael heads out to find Star at the Neverland Ranch. He does. They get it on to this Cry Little Sister song that has been in every single fucking scene.
Yep.
So they get Michael and Star get it on, right? And it's like it's the least sexy fucking bit of sexy film, isn't it? Really, there's nothing doing for me at all. There's the oil drum, of course, is in there. This fucking oil drum, I was obsessed with it. I found a 45-gallon drum of oil available from Crown Oil in the UK, but no prices. I'd have to get a quote, and every time I try that, they never reply to fat podcasters for his silly quiz podcast. So I didn't bother. That song, that Cry Little Sister fucking song, is called "I Still Believe." It's in every second scene. It was never released as a single, but it's written by a guy called Michael Bean. No, not Kyle Reese, and not Dwayne Hicks, some other bloke. His song, "Let the Day Begin," was the official campaign song of Al Gore's 2000 US presidential campaign. What a loser. What a hanging Chad he was. And it's sung by your mate, Tommy fucking Mintolo, or whatever he's called, the sexy sax man. There you go. There's yet a further fact.
Nice.
We see a bird's eye view of the vamps flying into the den. It's morning and the Lost Boys are back. Michael arrives home and Lucy says she's worried they aren't friends. She asks him to take off his sunglasses. He tells her he's dealing with things she wouldn't understand. Lucy and Sam drive to Max with wine to apologise for her leaving. She walks onto the property and Thorne snarls and chases her. She escapes with a torn dress.
Yep. So what is that? The devil dog?
The hellhound. The hellhound.
Yeah,
obviously protecting his master while his master sleeps. Spoilers. Yeah. Back at the comic book store, Sam is getting the frogs up to date. Kill your brother, you'll feel better. They ask him if he has bad breath, don't they? Has he got bad breath?
That's quite funny.
Causes of bad breath, John. Not brushing and flossing regularly allows food to remain in your mouth where it can rot and cause bacteria to grow. The bacteria produces sulfur that cause bad breath. Saliva helps remove particles that cause bad breath. Dry mouths can be caused by alcohol, caffeine, spicy foods, and not producing enough saliva while sleeping.
Don't we know it?
Not a problem I've got. A symptom of infections in your nose, throat or lungs, or diseases like diabetes, liver disease or kidney disease will also give you bad breath.
There you go.
There you go.
This is a service. We put out a service to people. People
Certainly
need to know this.
It's not. I was. It's not free. It is. But we would like it if you gave us £1 a month. Patreon.com/100 Things Film. Yeah. Sam suggests that they can kill the head vampire and then half the vamps will become human again. The half vamps will become human again.
Yeah.
He suggests Max could be the head as he has a hellhound. That night, Lucy's cooking. Max is coming to an apology meal. Hopefully, he's bringing the dog to apologise to her as well.
Yep.
Max arrives and they ask Michael to be invited, and he asks Michael to be invited in. Ooh, invite me in. He does so. Max has flowers for her from Thorne, and Sam has brought the Frog Brothers along too. Again, we get another bad breath reference here. And Edgar stares out Max, but it's actually Nanuk that's got the bad breath.
That's quite funny. Actually.
It is. It's a good bit of acting. Max puts cheese on his dinner, but it's raw garlic instead. He says he loves garlic, just not raw. He also doesn't melt under this holy water, which is really disappointing. Max says he knows what's going on. Sam is worried he's trying to replace his dad.
Yep.
The final plan is dinner at Max's place. Grandpa watching on looks pretty suspicious. He's like watching through like a crack in the door, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's losing his mind, and I'm reaping the profits. Michael and the rest of the boys head to the beach party where punks are listening to Walk This Way. This gang, by the way, in the original script were called Surf Nazis. When you'd mentioned Surf Nazis earlier on, this lot were called Surf Nazis, and were meant to be vampires in the original script.
Oh, really?
They were meant to be a rival gang of vampires, but they obviously just went, fuck that.
I don't want to do that.
They're listening to Walk This Way, which we did in Young Frankenstein for Aaron's pick in October.
Yeah, but it's also featured in Sex and the City soundtrack as well.
Thanks for watching that for us, John.
Had to squeeze that out, my grand.
Story of my life. The boys all turn vampy and tell Michael that this is his initiation. They attack all the beach bros, including one gets bitten through the skull, which I quite liked.
So, I don't know if you've seen this, but I always remember there was a bit where one of the vampires had their fangs in and they pulled it back and they pulled back the scalp. Yeah. So, I don't know if that was is that the version you got? Because that's not the version I got. I just got one where just sticking them. Film? That was definitely in this film, because I always remember it from back in the day, so I don't know whether they've had to change it, but there was definitely a bit where they pulled it back and they could see the scalp coming up.
Well, it's pretty nasty as it was, just going into the skull.
Yeah. Okay. Could have been better.
Michael refuses because he's a massive fucking poser. He says, now you know what you are. You'll never grow old or die, but you must feed. Sam wakes up in the night to a stuffed owl in flight on his bedside, doesn't he? Fucking Santa on a roller coaster.
Yeah, and I seen that poster as Reformed Schoolgirls, which I thought was a bit of a joke, but it turns out it's not. It's an actual film from 1986.
Oh, right, okay.
It's about an American it's an American prison black comedy.
Oh, right. Oh,
that's a real thing.
Why didn't you pick that, Rachel? Fucking hell.
I know. What's up with you?
Michael's in his bedroom looking frazzled. Outside, Star screams for him. She admits that she knew. She tried to warn him. Star says Laddie and her are not full vampires until they make their first kills. She couldn't kill him because she likes him. She was supposed to eat him. She wants him to help them both. Sam calls the frogs, who ride out next morning, and they all head off to the bluffs in Grandpa's car. When they arrive, Edgar threatens Michael that if they try and stop them, and then Michael stops them killing Star like moments later, and they do nothing. They just listen. So they're just all mouth. They're like, "Don't try and stop us," and then like Star's there, and they try and get her, and he's like, "No, stop them!"
Aye,
like, come on, fucking hell.
Talk.
Do
something, you goonie.
Frog Brothers never say die.
Yeah.
They crawl into a dark hole full of flies, and he says, "Flies and the undead go together like bullets and guns." It's quite a good line. They spot that the vampires are hanging upside down from the roof asleep. They don't know which one is the head, so they stake Bill and or Ted.
Man, that's exactly what I thought. I was like, what one's that again? Bill or Ted? But they always pick on the Wiest, didn't they?
Absolutely. Yeah. This upsets David, who chases them out and begins to burn when he hits the sunlight. Back in the car, Sam almost drives them off a cliff, trying to get them home, and Grandpa stops them, only telling them they need to get more gas for the car. In Michael's bedroom, Star and Laddie are put on the bed. Grandpa's outside, fitting this fence, by the way, these massive stake poles.
Oh, God, yeah.
Like pointy stake poles. Sam heads to the video store and tries to talk to Lucy about the vampires, but she won't listen. The lads nip into a church and take holy water out the front font while this baby's being christened, and everybody's like just watching them as they're like, gluck, 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 gluck.
Don't look at us.
Holy water, John, is free. Most Catholic churches have a font where parishioners can fill up bottles of holy water to take home. If you go to Lourdes in France, a home of Catholic peoples, the Sanctuary of Our Lady of Lourdes. From their website, some people have been cured after using the water from the grotto. Scientific analysis have not found it to contain any special properties. As Saint Bernadette said, just one drop is enough. Is faith that is needed. You can ask a priest to bless the water for you if you like, you smelly English.
Yeah. Smelly cats.
But yeah, free water, mate, if you want it. I probably wouldn't want to drink anything out of something called the grotto.
No.
Did lots of people not get like a staph infection and that when they try to do that in the Playboy Mansion? Like always dog shit on the carpets and things.
And don't swim in that water. The special pool.
At least a day to drink the water. I don't think that's water. And relevant to this, I am the Lizard Queen. There you go. Now it's time for a Home Alone montage of them getting set up, isn't it? Which I guess Home Alone doing this, it's a Lost Boys montage.
Aye. Yep.
They lock the windows, which is the least they can do, and a bath full of crushed garlic, right? For me, why don't you just save time by buying a jar of lazy garlic, which is 200 grams from Tesco for £2.
Smear it everywhere. Yep, that's exactly.
Just put it on your neck.
Smear it on your t-shirt. Smear it on your t-shirt. Yeah. There you go.
It's night and we see the boys take flight, but again due to budgetary restrictions, just fucking helicopter. And at Max's, Lucy explains she's worried about Sam. So he was so determined to tell her something. At the house, Nanuk makes a run for it, and the boys grab him and run back in just as the vamps arrive. The dog was almost dead, John. I mean, that dog is dead, but you know what I'm getting at.
Yeah. Dead again.
The bloodsuckers make their way in, and one chases the frogs upstairs. He sees the bath of garlic. Garlic don't work. And he's like, try holy water, death breath. And he splashes him. And then Nanuk jumps at him and knocks him into the bath.
Yep. And does a
vampire soup.
What is that? Gremlins?
Look at RoboCop. Oh yeah, Gremlins. And then the drains all explode with vampire guts, which is pretty good.
Well, I noticed it had two sinks in his bathroom. Did you notice that?
Oh, like a Jack and Jill sink?
I didn't know that was a thing.
Oh, right. Okay, there you go. Well,
I didn't even know that was a thing.
I see. Mate, I can't believe you wouldn't know that's a thing, knowing that one of your best mates is a fucking bathroom fitter.
I know, but it really
Posh bathrooms as well.
I know, but I don't think he does like sinks. I don't know about sinks.
Yeah, you know he does sinks. You know, sinks are his bread and butter.
Aye.
He's filling sinks on a daily basis.
On a daily.
Vampire 2 grabs Sam and he gets holy watered in the face before they then... He Katniss Everdeen's him, doesn't he, with a stake from a bow.
Aye, yeah. Right into the hi-fi.
Yeah. Death by stereo is pretty good. David fights Michael and the boys head upstairs. Laddie turns into a vampire and starts being a dick. Holy fuck, it's the attack of Eddie Munster.
Eddie Munster, yep. So Eddie Munster was played by Butch Patrick, and him and I think Pat Priest is the only living members of the Munsters.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, because I thought it was just him, but it turns out Pat Priest, who was a beautiful daughter, she's still alive.
Oh, is she? Oh,
yeah.
Cousin Marilyn or something. Does that sound right?
Something like that. Aye, yeah. The ugly one, as they called her.
Eddie Munster wasn't a vampire. Eddie Munster was a werewolf, listeners.
Yeah, get it right.
When asked why he was selected for the role of Eddie, Butch Patrick said, "I had a lot of experience, but maybe it was because my fangs were my own teeth. My teeth were so bad, even when I closed my mouth, they stuck out. I was about a head smaller than the other kids, and they liked that because it played off of Herrmann's height." There you go.
Nah, that's good. Well done.
And it's the second time, John, on the podcast in 4 years, more than 4 years, that we have had an Eddie Munster insult. The other one, Hudson Hawk, you Eddie Munster-looking motherfucker.
Oh,
yeah. This is very, very good. Bunny,
nice.
ball, Nanuk, ball.
ball. Oh, God. Jesus.
David tries to fly Michael into these horned skulls. This is the shit bit where they're flying around the living room. But he spins him around and impales him instead. And it's basically like death by moose heat, isn't it?
Aye, it's so red. And it doesn't help that every time he breathes, the bloody horns are moving up and down. It just, They could have done a wee bit of better job with the fucking horns.
Yeah. Michael warns away Sam. Both he and Star haven't changed yet. David wasn't the head vampire. Lucy and Max arrive, and after seeing the carnage, Max explains the boys just needed a mother. He hopes that Lucy would be the mother of all of them, which I think is a really interesting twist.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Inviting him in made them powerless.
Yeah.
His plan was to get Sam and Michael into the family, and then she wouldn't be able to say no. Your boys and my boys. And the line is, great, the blood-sucking Brady bunch.
Aye.
Michael runs at Max. I didn't invite you this time. After Max grabs Sam in a grip, Lucy submits to Max, but before he can bite her, Grandpa arrives, drives the car full through him with all these staked fence posts on it, which through the wall, one goes through Max, blammos the shit out of him, and fucking dumb.
Do you know what? During that sequence, he changes, doesn't he? Max changes into a vampire. See when he changed, you know who I thought it was? I thought it was David Cronenberg in Nightbreed.
Oh, nice!
Turned into like, Jesus Christ! It's like David just turned into David Cronenberg. Turns out, wasn't he? It was Max all along.
Star, Michael, and Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club are human again. And Grandpa says, "One thing I hate: living in Santa Clara, all the damn vampires." And then that's the movie. When he comes through the door, he's the horn from his fucking car is La Cucaracha, which is the song about it's a Mexican song about a cockroach who cannot walk. The song's origins are Spanish, but it became popular in the 1910s during the Mexican Revolution, and the lyrics, John, are mental. The cockroach can no longer walk because she lacks the two hind legs to walk.
Okay.
Sure.
So why did Speedy Gonzales keep singing it all the time? Considering he could run like a motherfucker and they're singing about a bloody cockroach who can't even run.
I'm going to assume because he was a Mexican mercenary. I'm going to assume because he murdered a lot of people in that particular revolution. What more have you got?
I knew that Dracula had a dog because this is a video van moment, Big Ryan. Back in the day, my mum and dad rented a film called Zoltan, the Devil Dog.
Oh, Zoltan the Devil. Yeah, I remember
1977.
That.
So I loved it that much that it came on TV. And we had a VCR recorder. And that was a video that my dad was going out drinking, and I didn't think that were going to tape it. I didn't realise that you could tape things even if the TV was off. Yeah.
Right.
So what I did was I snuck into the living room, turned the TV on, turned the volume all the way down, and let it record. Went back to my bed. Everything's fine. The next day, my dad got up and says, "Oh, I thought I switched the TV off. Let's play the video." The video had no sound.
Oh, because you turned it down.
I ruined it. I turned it all the way down, and it recorded nothing. Oh, mate, I was raging.
Have you seen it since?
No. I've not seen it in a long time.
Oh, mate, it's maybe awful.
I know.
I mean, not maybe, no maybe about it. It's going to be awful.
Every time I think about Dude, Where's My Car? That's all I've got. That's it.
Okay.
I'm out.
How many people in the UK are called Michael today? Last year, Michael was the 69th most popular boy's baby name last year. Star did not chart. But because she must have been so disappointed by it, I thought I would look up Star Bar, which was a Boost bar with peanuts in it. In fact, it was called Boost Peanut from 1989 to 1994. And probably my fact of the episode, John, you can get it in Germany, but it is called Wunderbar.
Oh, no way. Like an
really.
underbra. You can get, they're back again. I can get
Star
them.
Bar, I quite
one.
like them. Yep. Tasty.
Yeah, they're back on the shelves. We can
Fantastic.
get them up here.
Yeah, that's all.
I'll get you one. I'll get you one for coming up.
Nice, good man. That would be wunderbar. While I top them up, John, do you want to guess how many we got?
Oh, I'd like to do the 100 for Rachel, but I think we might be a bit shy, so I'm going to say 82.
I think you're going to have to go higher than that.
102.
I think you're going to have to go higher than that.
112.
Oh, you went one too high. 111.
What?
All the ones. 111. All the ones. There you go.
Hey, number 111.
The joke. Hey, number one. Yeah. Not so shabby at all.
That's good.
I think she'll be happy with that. And if she isn't, well, she can stop paying us a quid. But she'll never hear the fucking end of it if she does that, let's be honest. So.
Yeah.
And not just from me, but from you as well.
Stealing my facts, man.
I know, yeah. Rachel did say, did John like the video? And I went, no, I don't think he did. I think he was pissed off that he took all his facts, love, to be honest.
Every little helps.
So they say. So if you like what we do, guys, give us a follow on all the socials. 100 things we learned from film.co.uk, or give us a quid for the Patron, which is patreon.com/100 things film. I'm just going to bring up a list of the patrons now.
So professional.
But it's again something that I had open. It's fucking gone. I mean,
scary little bastard.
and that's not Colin, that's me.
Could be Baby Colin. That was freaky.
Oh, Baby Colin was fucking disgusting. I hated it. Okay. So we have got Rachel, of course, who paid her money and got her choice. We've got Phil Fairish. We've got Gadget, Stig, Biggie, Candy, and Oodles. Almost all of those people I did an Alien D&D with, which will be coming out later this month. I did that last night. Wow. It was very fun. Part 1 out this month. Josh Wilson, super familiar with the Wilsons. Gavin and Dan Belson, who last week I said were super familiar with the Wilsons for some reason, which they picked up on. No one else had got. Gav McGill, Ian and Maria at Cult Connections, Mono and Kira, Joe and James at Hallmark of Greatness. This week we are doing Gordon Ramsay's Hotel Hell. It's a fucking hotel hell. A woman that thinks she can sing while people are having the dinner. It's all on YouTube if you want to watch it.
What?
And she's singing. She's like that. You close your eyes and you'd think it's Cher. No, you fucking wouldn't, love.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah.
Get the fuck.
Aaron from Z1 Podcast, Nigel Davis from the Wonder Emporium. Nigel has just hit 10,000 sales on the Wonder Emporium, so he is doing all right. So go and download go and buy some stuff from him because it's Christmas, and he does really, really good deals on tabletop models and bits and pieces, and also like corporate stuff like the glasses that we've got. the mugs that we've got. John's showing
And
off. John's
hands.
showing off his robot hand.
Robot hand.
Robot hand.
Ooh,
Which
take my strong hand, child.
take my robot hand, child. Yeah, fantastic. So all of that great stuff. If you like kind of little gifts and stuff like that, get that from him. Ian McComish, Paul from SP Film Viewers, Ali, Dale, and Megan. Happy birthday, Dale, for this week gone. Jen, lovely Rob Jones, Jake, who'll be furious when he sees the video because it was almost him. No crull for you, sunshine.
Raging.
Kieran, Lee Davies, and James, of course, who we will be doing an episode for next month. This month, because it's December. Oh, huzzah. Yeah. Oh, we'll have to do a Christmas film, John. There you go. Let's do some admin on when we get off.
Okay.
Let's finally do the Santa Claus. Said nobody ever.
Zoltan.
Zoltan is Santa's
dog.
Santa's reindeer dog. I don't fucking know. Say something else other than Zoltan.
God, Christmas is coming up, isn't it? So
it is. Planty's getting fat.
I hope everybody's been good. But are we going to be doing some run up to Christmas, or you want?
Yeah, let's do one Christmas film. I want to do one less Christmas film every year. So next year we don't have to do any because we've done most of my favourites, and I don't think you're ever going to let me do It's a Wonderful Life anyway.
No,
so.
I can't do it because
you don't want me fucking greeting for 2 hours.
I know, George. Oh, they're funny. But we'll think upon it. I want to do a good one. Think outside the box.
Yeah, absolutely. Christmas with the cranks, it ain't. Okay, fantastic. So, he's been John, I've been Planty, and this has been 111 things we learned from my lovely wife, Rachel, on The Lost Boys. See you, Michael.
See you guys.